The universe is a mystifying place, with reality being far stranger than anything the human mind can imagine. At the heart of this strangeness is a story woven in the language of quantum mechanics. We begin our journey into unraveling this twisted truth with but a simple story. A story on the first page of the first textbook I read in this language. A story surrounding a young man named Erwin. As young Erwin looked out, he noticed the thunderclouds crackling in the distance. He knew it would short out the electricity to his house over the course of the night, as it had done so many times before. He was to arise at dawn, and prepare himself for a day of classes. The storm, however, would leave him in darkness and with one pressing conundrum. How was he to choose his socks? Erwin had socks in only two colors, black or white, and in only two lengths, short and long. He was tasked with devising a method to find socks of the same length and same color. He decided to organize his socks into two drawers, one with the white socks and the other with the black socks. In the darkness of the dawn, he could simply reach into either drawer and feel the length of the socks, assured that they would be the same color. When Erwin enacted his simple plan the next morning, he made an unwitting folly. In checking the length of the socks, he had made a measurement. In the quantum world, a measurement changes all. When Erwin showed at the front of his dorm, ready for class, he noticed that his socks were mismatching in color. It was almost as if checking their length had made the socks forget what color they were supposed to be. How could this be possible, Erwin thought to himself. But the weirdness had just begun. That evening, a storm erupted again, set to last for 2 days. This time, young Erwin organized his socks by length, all short in one drawer and all long in the other. He attached a small bulb to a battery that provided a flash of light when triggered. All Erwin had to do now was pull socks out of either drawer and flash his light to check if they were the same color. He went to sleep, troubled. The next morning, he enacted his new plan and selected 2 white socks. He put them on and rushed off. As he approached his classroom, he pulled up his trousers and saw 2 white socks, of the same length. He leapt internally. He had outsmarted the universe. Or so he thought. The third night, Erwin slept peacefully. His mind clear of storm. He arose, confidently put on his socks and walked out of his dorm with a spring in his step. Just as he was about to enter his classroom, he noticed some of his peers' concerned glances. He looked down. His socks were different lengths. Far-fetched? A flight of fancy perhaps. Perhaps, but this is not some frivolous fiction. It is indeed the reality of the world that surrounds us. This is how the particles that make up our bodies, our minds, and our universe behave. And this is where our story begins. If you are left with questions, you should be. Follow along for part 2, where we dive deeper into this story and search for our answers.